Oh my goodness, guys. Okay, I don't even know how to start. I planned this video like gonna be saying a ton of stuff, and now I don't even know what I'm gonna be saying. Alright guys, so today I'm so excited because I get to tell you about my experience with Niall. I'm going to be sharing with you my experience at the Niall Horan concert. So we're just going to start from the beginning of the day all the way until the concert ended. You can also check out my vlog that I did, which I just uploaded right before this. So feel free to check that out if you want. I went to the Flickr sessions in Washington, D.C., which was really Silver Spring, Maryland. We were at the Fillmore, so it was general admission, and there was like 2,000 capacity. So I wasn't sure what to expect. I told my friend, we'll get there early, we'll stay in line, but I don't want to get there too early because like I don't want to bore her. Just like, so I was going with my friend McKaylee, so I went to go pick her up. We knew we were going to be sitting in the streets for like a long time. So we went to the dollar store and we just got activities, a tarp to sit on, which was like a cheap dollar tablecloth. We got all this stuff and we were on our way to Silver Spring, and we ended up getting to the venue, I think it ended up being 11 because we got stuck in traffic on our way up there. There was like an accident, so that brought our time back. We saw the venue and the line was so long, and I was like, people have already lined up. Originally they said no camping, but the first person in line said that they were camping until like Thursday night, Friday. The show was on Saturday, and we just kept on going around the block, go around a corner, still girls in line. There was like 2 guys out of the whole entire thing. And we keep on going around and going around. I have no idea when it's going to stop. And finally, like a few blocks later, we finally found our spot, the back of the line. There was about, I think somebody counted it for us. I think we were like the 206th person there, maybe, something around there. And we laid down our stuff, put our tarp down. We ended up being across from LA Fitness, and there was a huge like clear glass, and there was this like really ripped guy working out. So we got a view for a bit. And then a few minutes later, we had people get behind us in line. Their names were Christina and Sam. They were so nice. It's so easy like making friends at like the Niall concert because it's like everybody there likes him. The atmosphere is so nice because it's like you're automatically friends. It made the line like so much easier to hang out in. Didn't seem as long because we were gonna stand there for like hours because the doors opened at 7 o'clock. The show started at 8, so it was a bit of a wait. There were so many things to do there, or restaurants to go to just in case we needed to go to the bathroom. And we packed our food, we packed lunch and part of dinner, but we were going to be planning on buying dinner at a place around. There's like Pizza Place and Chick-fil-A, stuff like that. We would take shifts with the people around us just in case we needed to go to the bathroom, go get hot drinks, which we ended up getting twice. But then my friend McKaylee and I decided to go and get a hot drink. But then when we came back, our friend Christina had said that we saw Mark, Niall's personal trainer, and that goes, "Where are we going today, Mark?" And then she thought it was Jerry Morgan, the drummer. But they walked by right across from LA Fitness, and nobody was saying anything. Nobody really noticed them. And she didn't want to say anything because she didn't want to like scream across the street. But they ended up being there, and I could have met them. Like, I missed my opportunity. The Fillmore is very accommodating with everything. So when we were waiting in line, this guy that worked there came around and he had a jug of water, so you could get some water if you wanted. But we got plenty because we got a giant, like, I think it was like a gallon of water. So we were all set, so we didn't need any. So they were really nice. He kept on coming around in the line and just making sure everybody was okay, and if anybody needed anything or had any questions. Then he told us basically the way it was going to run and how the venue and the inside was going to be. There was VIP people, which I counted, there's probably about 75 when I counted, but maybe like more people came. But what he said was there's going to be Niall's stage where he performs. There's going to be a little area for about 200 people to be. Then there's going to be a barricade, and then the rest of the people are on the other side of the barricade. So we were like, oh, we need to try and get closest to the first barricade. And he said that 700 people were in front of us. So that's when somebody ended up counting, and they counted 206. He was just like overestimating. Our goal is like, we're going to get close to barricade as we can. I mean, I don't know if that's going to like happen since we're like There's 200 people in front of us, plus on top of that, there's like VIP, meet and greet, sound check people. So we were gonna see how it was once we got in the venue, check it out. It started getting closer to the time. It was like around 6 o'clock. Doors would open in an hour. So then Bingo, that was the worker that was there, he went around, asked everybody, hey, collect all your things, go stick them in your car because we're gonna be squishing the line down. Because originally when we got there, people were like more spread apart and they left like little sections for like people to cross through the road. So the thing was like way spread out. The line like condensed so much. We were around like 1.5 blocks maybe. We got really close to the door and we were like just a few feet away from the entrance basically. And the doors haven't even opened yet. It's starting to get dark. I knew in the forecast that it was going to rain, so we were already prepared with our ponchos and everything, hoping, fingers crossed, we wouldn't need them. But we did. The last 30 minutes of waiting in line, we ended up needing to pull out our ponchos. It started drizzling and we were like, we don't need them, we'll be fine. But then it started pouring down a little harder. Then 7 o'clock hit, the line kept on going and going and going. It was getting so close and we were like, oh my goodness. Our nerves kicked in, our excitement kicked in, the adrenaline. We were ready to like run to that stage. We went into the side of the venue and I was like so amazed how small it was. I was expecting it to be so much bigger. And I was like, okay, I think we've got a chance. But people were already lined up behind the second barricade, so we ended up being the second row behind the second barricade. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try and go past this barricade and get to the front. So there's 2 security guards on both sides of the barricades. They're not really security guards, they're just like workers there. So I noticed one of them left. And I told Christina, and I was like, we gotta go around. And they were kind of like, I don't know, I don't want to get in trouble. I was like, you know, we'll just do it. If they say no, that's okay. So I go with Christina. Then it ended up that the girl, like, worker was there. I keep on walking like I'm going to the first group of people. And she's like, oh, sorry, you can't go there. If you want to, you can stay on the side. But that's still before the second barricade. So I was like, actually, my friend's there. And I was just saying stuff to try and, like, have her let me get through. She's like, no, you still can't go meet your friend. You have to stay on the side. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I told Christina, I was like, go get McKaylee, tell her we're on the side and we can try and move up our way. She goes and does that, and McKaylee comes up and hangs out with me. And then Christina decides that she wants to be more in the center of the stage. Then she goes back, and that's the last time we saw Sam and Christina before the show. So McKaylee and I, we were just like scooting our way. I would like slide one foot and then slide the other and like inch myself up. I was like, I can't get her to make me go all the way back to the edge. And now I'm actually like in front of the second barricade. I'm like, phew, oh my goodness, I made it. We did it. We just snuck behind the security guards. We're like kind of a few feet away from the mic stand, so we're like on the left of it. There was space behind us between us and the second barricade. Since we were in the back, we were able to like have a little more breathing room, which was so nice. They passed out waters. There was paramedics on the side like looking over to make sure nobody passed out. Because it did get a bit warm. Gavin James played. He did, I think, 5 or 7 songs, like somewhere in between there. And it was so weird because Benny was like so quiet and I was like the only one singing his songs. So it was just like kind of weird. I was like, ah. But yeah, he was great performing. He was so funny. He did his like Kermit voice. Then we had like a little break. It was like 30 minutes. And apparently Niall was watching Gavin James perform on stage. So he said like he was on the side stage, but I didn't see him. He must have been like sitting down or stuff. 30 minutes until Niall performed and the band members were on the side of the stage and I was like waving. I was like, hey! That like got me so excited. I was like, oh my goodness. Per shows, Niall always introduces his band. But recently, the 2 shows before us, which I think was Boston and Philly, I think those were the 2 where he didn't tell the audience where the band members were from. So Louis, the piano player, he is from Preston in Lancashire, which is in England. My whole entire family is from England. My grandparents live right by Preston. It'll probably take like a 15-minute drive to get to Preston from where they're from. And over the summer, I went to Preston. So my plan was once if he says where his band members are from, I'm gonna scream, yeah, Preston, when he introduces Louis. I told my friend that. I was like, we're gonna be prepared. If he says that, I'm gonna scream, try and get his attention, because our family's from around there. Now there is like a few more minutes. Everybody's setting up or checking his sound, checking the guitars, everything like that. And then they turned off the lights and I was like, okay, it's go time, we're ready. Then you hear the beat to the tide. And if you went to a show before, you would just like know like the feeling when that comes on and you just hear it. It like replays in my mind over and over again. My mind is like going crazy. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna be seeing like that guy I've been liking for like 6 years actually like be this close in front of me. And then Niall walks on and I'm just like, oh my goodness, Niall. That was, I just have no words. So then he performs a few songs, and as the show went on, we progressively got closer and closer and closer. We went from the 7th row to the 4th row. So good, so good. Then it's his time where he's going to be introducing the band. He introduces John Bird, his bass player, and he says where he's from. So in my mind, I'm like, oh my goodness, he's going to say Preston. He's going to say Preston. I was getting so excited. I was like, okay, this is my time. This is my time. He goes through the whole entire band, and then he gets to Louis. And he said,
it's 1 Irishman, 2 Irishmen, 3 Irishmen. But with every band has a token Englishman. And we've got to find one at that. Louis from Preston in Lancashire in England. On keys, Louis Carell. Yeah, like him, well done. He's good.
And then he said, all band needs a token Englishman. And I screamed when he said Englishman, and I was like the only one that screamed. He's like, yep. And then he said, and from Preston in Lancashire in England. And I screamed, Preston! And then all the band members like looked at each other. So Jake, the guitar player, looked at Niall. Niall looked at Louis. And then Louis did this thing where he's like...
Louis from Preston in Lancashire in England. On keys, Louis Carell.
He was like smiling a bit, but then he did like a big grin on his face once I said Preston. Like, oh, somebody actually knows about Preston. And at that time, I did not know that they noticed, but I kept on going back on the video that I filmed, which I watched it over and over again to like watch their reaction. They said like more stuff, and then I said, yeah, Preston! That's when Niall looked over at me, and he said,
yeah, like him, not that. He's good.
And I was just like, oh my goodness, Niall Horan just looked at me and talked to me. His band members noticed me. And then two of the shows after, I think it was the Miami show, where he introduced Louis again. But this time, he said,
on keys from Preston in Lancashire in England. Place you definitely don't know. Louis Carell, everybody.
And his band members laughed because of that. And I was just like, was that because of me? In Orlando, I believe, he said, oh, Louis has a girlfriend. Sorry, he's taken. But not me, I'm single.
What a guy, what a guy. Nicest guy you'll ever meet. But he's also got a girlfriend, so that's that one, right? See that, you're getting booed. What's your story? No answer, no? Single as.
So yeah, that was about my whole entire Preston deal and when Niall talked to me and his band noticed me. So after that, the show continued. He played more songs. I was dying in all of them. It was so great. And then the show is like almost over. He does his encore. He leaves the stage and everybody chanted Niall at the same time. He came back on, played his last few songs, and then he like disappeared and left the stage. Lights turned up on the arena. Everybody was starting to like move around. And then we went to go back behind the second barricade to go and see our friends. And they're like, was that you? The one that was screaming Preston? Because I was like, I thought that was Alexa screaming. that. And I was like, yeah, that was. They're like, he so noticed you. You were so loud. I could hear you all the way back here. And at first I thought I wasn't that loud, but then I was looking back at YouTube videos. I could hear my voice like scream Preston. So I was like, okay. Yeah, he heard me through his in-ears. We talked for a little bit. We took some pictures with them. And then it was time to leave. It was such a great experience. And if you get the opportunity to buy tickets for his next concert, the Flicker Sessions World Tour, you should so buy them. We had a great experience, and I hope if you guys went to the Flicker Sessions that you guys had a great experience as well. So if I don't answer any of your questions or anything that you guys want to know about the Flicker Sessions, be sure to leave them in the comments below and I will try my best to answer them. I think that'll be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my experience. Also, if you guys went, I would love to hear how your experience went. So you can also leave that in the comments or message me. All right, thanks for watching. Bye. Guys. Ah. All right. Oh my goodness, Niall. Oh my goodness, Niall Horan, notice me. Just dropped my phone.